Lads, lasses, and the rest of the masses, welcome back to the channel. I'm Mono from Mono CFC, and this is a bit of a different video. I'm going to be doing a reaction to Enzo Maresca's first interview as new head coach of Chelsea FC, a video that's just dropped on the official Chelsea channel. The link will be in the description if you want to watch the video yourself, but I'll be reacting to this. I have not watched this yet. I've just seen the little teaser that they put on Twitter. This has literally just dropped as I'm editing a video, so this will be a double header today. I think I'll be putting out two videos. This will be one of them. This will probably be the second one. But yeah, let's kick on. Let's see what Enzo Maresca has to say. And this is going to be really weird for me because I'm a person that usually finds these types of things really hard to kind of watch and kind of get through because I have a really strong cringe organ. But here we go. Got to say, very dapper man. Firstly, whew.
Is everyone happy? Enzo, first of all, a very warm welcome to Chelsea. How does it feel to be sat here today?
Thank you. Yeah, very happy, excited. Will be a fantastic journey, and yeah, exciting to start as soon as possible.
Well, it's good to see that he's actually excited to play, excited to be here for the team. Can I just say, by the way, hats off to the producers of this thing. Obviously, I am a ex media student, and I've worked in these types of things. The lighting and everything, and the framing of the shot, absolutely perfect.
Start as soon as possible.
Tell us about your first week at the club. How important has it been to get your surroundings and the people at Cobham at Stamford Bridge?
Yeah, it's been quite busy. It's normal at the beginning. It's always in the same way.
I was going to say that it should be busy.
Know all the people around the training ground, some of the players that they were already there. But yeah, the feeling is.
Well, it's good to know that he's already spoken to some of the players as well.
It's a squad full of talent and personality. How excited are you to work with them on a day-to-day basis?
Very excited. One of the reasons I'm here is because I'm convinced that the squad is very good. As you said, it's full of talent. So the most important thing now is that we are able to create the right culture that drive us through the season.
That's a very big important thing, and obviously I spoke about this in my latest video where I spoke about what Enzo needs to do, and I think that instilling that culture and instilling that winning mentality in the team is something that he obviously can do, and I think needs to do. Obviously, we've saw a lot of kind of defeatist attitude from a lot of our players last season, and we kind of didn't really feel like we were ever going to win anything, is kind of what I mentioned. And I think it's good for him to kind of say, like, hey, I'm ready to take this group of players, implement what I think is the right culture at this football club, and take us forward. I think that's really important that you said that.
I always said the same. If you are able to improve players, that means that you improve the team. So it's our target to try to improve all of them day by day.
That's a big thing too, man. And I apologize for constantly pausing it and stuff, but I think that being able to get the best out of your team and improve the players that you already have is going to be such an important thing, not only for this first year, but for his whole tenure. Obviously, he's got a 5-year deal with an option for 6 years, and I think that a lot of our new recruitment now is going to be young, promising talent, and if he can get the best out of those young, promising talent, not only is it going to save us a ton of money, and that can be put towards other things like our stadium rebuild and things like that, but it can also just, it gives this newfound sense of we can bring in any of the players from the scouts and he's going to make them good. And that's something that I really would like to see from our team, because we didn't really get to see that under Pochettino. And I thought that the man management that Pochettino was kind of known for, I thought that we were going to kind of get that, and we were going to get a lot of our players improving. And to be honest, apart from Conor Gallagher, no one really improved in our team. It was kind of much of the same old, and a lot of the players actually got worse. So hopefully we don't see a repeat of that, and he obviously seems like that's something he wants to do.
We saw last year, obviously, with the incredible success at Leicester, the style of play is so important to your philosophy, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think every manager has their own idea or style. The mine is it's quite clear. As you said, last year was very good, but it's already finished now. New chapter, new squad, new club, and yeah, very happy to be here.
See, that's something which I kind of spoke about as the stubbornness, and the fact that he says in this interview, yeah, I've got my style, I'm sticking to it. And I think that's so important. I don't want him to come into the team and be a yes man and be like a player, a coach that's just going to kind of do things the way that other coaches do. I like the fact that he's like, no, you know what, I've got my style. You saw how good it was at Leicester. I'm bringing it to Chelsea. That's something I'm really glad that you said there.
And you bring with you such a winning mentality from what you've achieved. How important is that moving forward?
We need that.
It's the main point. It's the main point because when you join a club like Chelsea, you have to know that it's a club that has to win.
He just gets
So
it. You know, he gets it. He gets this club. I don't think Poch ever got that.
At least to fight and to compete with that clubs that in this moment they are winning and they are there fighting to win titles.
Throughout your...
That's such an interesting thing that he said there, because what that says to me is that, similar to kind of what I have been saying, is that I wanted us to, I said top four would be nice, but I think we need to compete for trophies this season. I think we need to get trophies this season. And he's directly said there, like, hey, the teams that we are aiming to be competing against are the ones that are going to be trying to win the title. That's really interesting, because that shows that he's put down the marker now. He's saying, like, hey, City, Arsenal, hell, even the third place teams, we are coming for you. We are winning the title if we can. And that's so important, because I think, obviously there's the saying is that if you aim for the moon and you miss, you'll end up in the stars. And I think that's something that we can kind of do here, is that if we aim to win the title, even if it's not realistic, even if it's not achievable, if we aim to win the title, we can get somewhere good. And I think for his first year, getting us in the top four is kind of what I said would be a good idea. Getting us in the top four with a trophy of some description would be a fantastic season for his first year. And honestly, he's saying all the right things at the moment. I'm liking it.
Career as a player and as a young coach, Enzo, you've worked with so many big personalities, big managers.
Yeah.
Has that helped to shape you as a coach?
Absolutely. As you said, Ancelotti, Lippi, Pellegrini.
Very good inspirations.
All of them very
interesting. He didn't
manager.
mention Pep.
I think we all try to take things and then we create our own box with all these things.
That's so important as well. And again, I apologize for pausing it, but it's so important because what he's saying is that he takes inspiration from other managers, and obviously we know that Pep Guardiola is a big inspiration of his. I don't think he would say it in this interview just because obviously he's a current rival coach, but it's the fact that he's not only taking those ideas but he's adapting them into his own. I think that's really interesting, because we've seen other managers like Arteta, for example, take Pep Guardiola's style and kind of mold it into this new thing, and I hope that's what he can kind of achieve here with us.
And it's what I try to do since I start to think to be manager.
And here at Chelsea, we have a rich history of Italian players and managers. I know you're smiling at that. As that helps, with regards to your decision and coming here and the idea of building a legacy of your own.
One of the reasons for sure. I'm very proud to be, again, one Italian manager again here. Probably there is something between Chelsea club, Chelsea family, and Italian people that.
That's what I said. It's
well.
exactly what I said. I think that he can
You've
follow
spoken
in the
about
footsteps
those relationships and also the importance of
Italian
culture. With that in mind, how important is it to build a bond with the Chelsea supporters between the players, the coaches, and the fans?
In this moment, for me, is when you join a club, you always try to analyze.
It's almost like they watched my video.
What the club,
the questions that
team
they're
needs
asking
to improve and to do the right things. And for me, it's quite clear we need to create as soon as possible the right mentality, the right culture, and culture that the fans they can be proud of the team.
That's so.
So this is very important. We're gonna try to be an aggressive.
Oh, hang on. That's just he's literally mirroring all the things which I said I wanted to hear from him in his interview. I was saying these are the types of things I wanted to hear. And then one of the things that he needed to do was connect with the fans, because we didn't have that with Pochettino. Like, a lot of people were poaching, and I do admit that, but like, there was never ever 100% of the team or 100% of the fan base was like, yes, I want Pochettino to be our manager. He's the man to lead us forward. All of the things which I'm hearing from Enzo here is making me 100% on board with him, and I know I already have been a little bit kind of, and I will say this, I've been a little bit biased towards him because I've seen the football that he can play, and I'm so convinced by it. But he's now even talking the right way too. Admittedly, it maybe be a bit too good to be true. maybe he's just saying the right things, but it's that's kind of the thing which I want to hear from him, man. Saying that like we need to create a culture because we need to be a family, that type of thing. Is so important, and the fact that he puts that on his list of important things is a really good sign for me. He's now going to talk about us being aggressive, which is interesting. So let's hear.
Team on the ball and off the ball, and we need to create this connection between the fans and the club, and especially at home.
Yeah, especially at home.
When you have your own fans behind the team pushing, it's like to play with 12 players, and this is what we have.
This is literally what I said in my video.
Absolutely. And speaking of Stamford Bridge, obviously we saw you in the away dugout last season. What will it mean to you personally to walk out of that tunnel for the first time?
I just said I feel very proud. I consider Chelsea one of the biggest clubs in the world, so I feel very proud of it.
It bloody
Things
well
obviously
is.
change next week with all the players returning for pre-season, most of them, of course. How big a part of your plan is it to get people out on the pitch as soon as possible to really sort of get that message across?
It's very important. It's important because we need to know each other. I already know all of them, to be honest, because I watched so many games in the last 2-3 weeks. So I know.
This is a funny thing because we kind of got told this. We got reports that he's been like watching the watching Chelsea games for the last like 3 weeks. If I was him, I would be like, oh wow, this is awful. We all joked on Twitter and in the Chelsea fan base as a whole, we were all joking that the reason why we haven't got this interview yet is that he'd watched so much Pochball that he just died. So funny.
All of them.
Glad that he's been doing his
research. It's always different when you spend the day by day with the person. You know, you can see them through games, but then when you spend the day by day with the players, with the human being, with the person, you receive different kind of feelings. So it's very important to start Monday.
That's today. As I'm recording this, that's Monday.
And finally, Enzo, what message would you give to Chelsea fans watching this right now? How excited should they be?
No, just trust the process, trust the idea.
I will be.
Being behind the team, and for sure we're gonna join the journey. That is not like every club, every manager. Will be not easy, because there is nothing easy. But for sure, we're going to enjoy our journey.
And we wish you luck.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
That's an important thing that he said there, is that he doesn't think it's going to be easy. And that's something that I think that a lot of us kind of said last year, was that we didn't think that it would be easy. And it kind of proved that we got proved right, that it wasn't easy, and a lot of us predicted us to finish higher in the table than we did. Obviously, I predicted us to finish 4th, and we got 6th, and we were very lucky to even get 6th, in my opinion. I think we should have basically been somewhere around 9th or 10th. For him to acknowledge that and say, look, it's not going to be plain sailing. I'm going to improve the team, but it's not going to be great, is, I think, shows a level of kind of understanding of how big of an undertaking this is, and that he understands the importance of this job and how big of a job that he's actually got to do. And yeah, honestly, that's such a good way to end that off. It's kind of say, like, hey, it's not going to be easy, but we're going to do it. And I think that's very important. And yeah, he's got me on board, and he's saying he wants to create this good culture between the fans and him. Well, he's got my approval immediately. You guys can let me know how you feel about this. Obviously, as I said, the link to the actual video will be down in the description, so you can watch it without me rambling on over the top of things. But yeah, I thought I would have to get a reaction to this out, as it's his first ever interview. Obviously, we'll have to just wait and see whether all of this that he's just said is complete bollocks or not, and whether we can actually improve next season. But if you can't wait until then, YouTube reckons you'll enjoy one of these 2 videos on screen in the meantime. Thank you guys so much for watching as ever, and remember, in the rain or in the dry, keep that blue flag flying high. Come on, you Blues.